When I first heard about e-readers, Kindle specifically, a device with a digital library where you can read books off a screen, I was very skeptical. Reading was one of those things that I hadn't digitized yet, and I thought I would keep it that way. However, then I realized that the screens uses eye-ergonomic display technology and that there are a lot of cheap and free books to download. So that convinced me to buy the Amazon Kindle Paperwhite from 2019. A few weeks later, a few books in, I have some takes to share. In this video, we'll compare Kindles to paperback books. What do they have in common and what differentiates them? Let's compare them in three important categories: the price, the experience, and the convenience. Starting off with the price. When you're buying a physical book, you could argue that you get more as opposed to when you're buying a digital book. It's, after all, an object that you can hold, and you can store it in your bookshelf, share it with friends and family, etc. You don't see anyone collecting Kindles, but collecting books is a thing. On the same token, if you don't want to clutter up your environment, the Kindle's got you covered. But if a physical copy of a book had the same price as its digital copy, I would take the physical copy any day of the week. With a Kindle, you'll have access to the expansive Amazon Kindle library. Digital books are often cheaper than physical books, and Amazon usually rolls out some heavy discounts. There is also a great supply of free books to download. There is obviously an entry price for the Kindle. The mid-tier range starts at $120, which is what I got mine for, but once you get past that paywall, you will have a device that is expected to last for many years to come, so the Kindle will probably be worth your invested money. The point goes to the Kindle. The fact that I've already saved money equivalent to the cost of the Kindle on either really cheap or free books really seals the deal for me. Let's talk about the overall experience. I think this category comes down to personal preference. I understand the anticipation of walking in the library or the bookstore, picking up a book, scrolling through the pages for the first time, feeling it, smelling it, adding it to your collection, etc. I understand that. You could make the argument that there is a certain magic to physical books that digital books just can't replace in a million years. In terms of reading, the experience is very novel, as different books have different styles. Personally, I've never romanticized physical books to a great extent. I'm far more interested in the content I read, rather than the way I read it. I found that having the same good device to read books from, combined with the fact that you can modify the look and feel, makes the reading easier and funnier. I can adjust the backlight, the font, and the layout to my personal preferences, making this my favorite way to read books. However, this category is a tie. There is a strong argument to be made about the magic and permanency of physical books, although I personally prefer the personalized and consistent experience of the Kindle. The last category is convenience. Okay, so hear me out. The concept of having a digital library of books in such a small device with a screen well suited for your eyes is revolutionary if you take one step back and think about it. The Kindle has instant access to a wide range of books. You can store thousands of them in this 8GB version. You can highlight text, take notes, search among your highlights and notes. You can translate words. It has a dictionary. You can practice your vocabulary with the words you've looked up. You can sync your progress, notes, and library across multiple devices. You can use Audible with it simultaneously for audiobooks. You get the idea. It offers a lot of features that physical books just doesn't have. The only inconveniences are that it runs on battery. It's a good battery that can last many weeks, but still, it runs on battery. It requires Wi-Fi for certain tasks. This does not apply to reading books, but still. And the web browser is not even close to useful. I guess that's what you would expect, so it shouldn't be a deal breaker. But still, physical books does not run on Wi-Fi, and it won't run out of battery. And that's a major argument, that physical books are completely unplugged from the digital world. But that's also where its shortcomings lie. I've always found it a hassle to conveniently read paperback books. I don't know, there always seems to be something wrong, whether it's the lighting in the environment, the font and the size of the book, the way the book automatically closes on me when I'm trying to study. I would say that physical books have a certain charm, but not when it comes to convenience. I have to say that the Kindle totally dominates this category. I bought the Kindle because of its convenience. My expectations were dangerously high, but they were for sure met. Its convenience is superior to physical books. In conclusion, should you read digital books or physical books? My answer is both digital books and physical books. Although the Kindle has a strong lead in this comparison, I do believe that you can use both mediums simultaneously to read books. I think that the main argument for getting a Kindle is because of the digital library that you'll have access to. This will widen your supply of available books, optimize the price you buy the books for, and introduce you to a new way of consuming literature. I think that just the free books on the Amazon store makes this a justifiable addition to your book collection. If you're thinking about getting a Kindle, I first recommend downloading the Amazon Kindle app on your phone, because it seems like it has the same software as the Kindle. Then download some free books, play around with them and see if you like it. If you do like it, and if you frequently read, I would say go for the Kindle to get a separate device dedicated for reading, without any digital distractions and with that beautiful e-ink display. That's it for this comparison. What do you think? What's your experience with the Kindle? Or are you planning on getting one? And what do you think about the digitalization of books with audiobooks and ebooks? Let's chat in the comment section. Thanks for watching and peace out.